Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Data Digest. Hope everybody is having a great day. Today, we're going to be talking about and putting to the test if we can utilize my voice to create many different languages by utilizing a new AI software that has introduced multilingual synthesization services. What I mean by here is if we can upload audio sample clips of myself and utilize that same type of pitch, tone, and voice to create multiple different texts or sentences in a different language, Spanish, German, French. They have came up with 8 different languages. We're going to be putting this to the test to see how great it is so far. This is new technology that is just starting to emerge into the artificial general intelligence industry, but the potential in terms of utilization behind here is, I think, endless. And what I mean by that is think of different businesses that have a lot of international exposure, or talk about, just say, for example, content creators like me. How could I maybe make videos in the matter of just a few seconds in multiple different languages? There's a big potential here, especially in terms of translators. Those are very expensive. So AI as a point of utility could bring a lot of benefit to different companies. We're going to be testing this out to see how it works. Now, what we're going to be utilizing here is this new kind of a software company that's really been developing a lot of artificial intelligence synthesization voice models. This is ElevenLabs, and they just came out with this new thing called Voice Lab. And if you go to Add Voice here, you can actually test them out for free by utilizing some of the pre-made voices. However, you do need the base subscription, and that's what I purchased for you guys, just to test it and to see if you guys wanted to utilize this or if it's something you wanted to further explore. But if we kind of zoom in here and look to see what this is, they have voice design, which basically means that you can kind of generate different voices by altering the pitch of the preloaded voice samples that they do have. However, we're going to be utilizing this new feature, this instant voice cloning. Now, this is cloning a voice from a sample recording, and that sample should contain one speaker and be over a minute long and not contain background voice. So if we go to Add Voice here, you can see here we're going to utilize this instant voice cloning section, and we're going to be adding our voice. Now, it does say that we do need different types of samples, and that sample quality is more important than quantity. Noisy samples may give bad results. Providing more than 5 minutes of audio in total brings little improvement. So we're going to be going over to Audacity, a free recording software, and just giving some voice samples, testing out some simple sentences to try to get our voice on here to try to speak different languages. So one of my first questions before coming to Audacity was, what sentences were I going to actually create? So I just say, hey, let's use the prompt language model ChatGPT, and let's say that. So I say here, give me sample sentences to record audio on a voice cloning generator, which is exactly what ElevenLabs is, saying to give me 5 samples with each sentence being about 30 to 45 seconds long. Now, what's important about this is I have more of a studio quality type of mic or recording mic. This does say, in ElevenLabs, does really specifically say here, to try to limit the amount of background noise. Now, a big thing that you can utilize if you don't have a studio type mic to create content or anything like that, utilizing Audacity here, which is a free program, they have many background noise reducers, noise gates, pitch reducers, and background kind of blur and fuzz reducers that will try to crispen your voice and actually do a pretty great job. So let's go back to ChatGPT here. You can see here are the 5 sentences that we are going to be reading in Audacity. Great to see here that they created this, so I didn't even have to think about this and spend another 10 minutes. Like I said, the benefits of AI are really important on utilizing these different softwares together in collaboration rather than just using one sole piece. All right, so now we can move on over here to Audacity. We'll start with the first recording, give an example of how the recording should be said. We're going to be testing this. I'm not going to make you guys listen to all 5 samples, but let's get one of them here. The ocean waves crash against the shore, creating a peaceful and calming sound that I could listen to for hours. So we're going to be going through, creating the 5 different sentences here, and we're going to be uploading each sample clip. I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, so I've created my 5 sample sentences that came from ChatGPT. Remember, we had these right here. I recorded those in Audacity. You can see I've uploaded them all right here. Next to software, it's just asking, what's the description of your voice? I really didn't know how to answer this. I just basically said, I'm just a young American adult who speaks English. And that's basically all I can say. I don't know any other languages. I do have more of a deeper voice, I know people say, but I think that just will be covered in the actual synthesization of the actual AI software. And then it says that you have to confirm confirm the rights, that you actually have the rights to upload this voice. Basically saying that, hey, you shouldn't be taking different sample audio clips of different types of celebrities and stuff like that and trying to synthesize different types of AI things. Utilize your own voice, and you need to confirm that with the settings right here. So if we click on add voice, let's see what happens and how quick it can actually create this. Now this actually only took about 10 seconds for it to generate my own voice. You can see here it says data dispatch for my voice, and I have the monolingual setting right here. Let's see, I want to produce this before we can test it in different languages just to see what it sounds like. So I'm going to take a different type of sentence here and actually generate. So I'm going to regenerate the responses here from ChatGPT to give me 5 different sentences, just so that way it doesn't utilize an exact one that I did record. So we can take just this one right here. Don't really care what the other ones say. We will copy and we will paste this over into the text here, and we will generate this voice and try to hear how well it did in just synthesizing my own voice.
When I was a child, I used to spend hours reading books and imagining new worlds. I loved getting lost in stories and exploring new characters.
So I think it did a pretty good job right there. You guys heard that, and it actually created it itself. Now we're going to publish this into a different language and see how well it does creating that same type of pitch and tone. So it's already pretty creepy here hearing my own voice. Let's try out the actual multilingual service and see if we can pick which type of language that we do want to utilize. So if we want to test this into a different language, we're going to utilize not just the 11 monolingual V1 here, but the 11 multilingual V1. You can see this actually says to generate lifelike speeches in multiple languages, and the different types of language that you can use here, it looks like, are English, German, Polish, Spanish, Italian, French, Portuguese, and Hindi. So what we're going to do is take this exact text right here, the one that created off of my voice, and we were able to hear it. It sounded pretty great, and especially with just those 5 different sentences that I created, the more information that you do give it to give a voice clone and utilize your own voice to synthesize different types of AI prompts, the probably more clarifying it will sound. And in the voice settings right here, you can actually change the stability and also work with the clarity to actually change the pitch of your own voice and also how the actual prompt language creator is working. So if we go to Google Translate here, let's take that same text and put it into Spanish. You can see right here, we will copy this to our clipboard, bring it back to ElevenLabs. Make sure that we have the 11 multilingual V1 that is selected. We will paste this into here, and then we will generate it. It's going to pop up just in a second.
Uno de mis pasatiempos favoritos es cocinar. Me encanta experimentar con diferentes ingredientes y crear nuevas recetas. Es una gran manera de relajarse y descansar.
So you can see right there, now I just learned fluent Spanish, and it is pretty crazy to hear that I can utilize my voice and now speak different languages and actually produce content in different languages. Let's check it in a different one. This time we're going to see if I can speak some French. I did that exact same sentence, brought it over here to a French translation. We'll copy this to the clipboard and bring it back over to ElevenLabs. We'll post this into here. Make sure we have the 11 multilingual selected, and let's generate this and hear what kind of a sample that we do get.
Un de mes passe-temps favoris est la cuisine. J'aime expérimenter avec différents ingrédients et créer de nouvelles recettes. C'est un excellent moyen de se détendre et de se détendre.
So now you can see I can speak fluent French. Now, it's pretty crazy how well this does. And I think looking into this and the possibilities of how you could use this in your daily productivity could really expand the different types of tools you want to utilize in terms of bringing this more to the table. And what I mean by that is translation is a very big key, as there's many different languages in the world. So the fact that we can utilize artificial intelligence in a way to help benefit us and help communicate can be beneficial. However, there is, of course, the consequence. As technology does increase, this does have an impact on translators who spend years learning these different languages. Now, yes, this may not be the best translation right off the bat, but you got to think this is brand new, and the pace that AI has developed within the past 6 months is pretty astonishing. So it'll be interesting to hear the advancements coming forward. Some of the benefits that I do think, or just some creative ideas that pop off the top of my mind on how to utilize this, is say if you wanted to send a message to a family member or someone, a friend, a business partner, anybody in a different language, you could just synthesize the whole language utilizing your voice rather than just utilizing some type of robot type voice in Google Translate that kind of chops it up and breaks it up. You can now have AI to really tie some human emotion to it. It does sound like you. Also, in terms of storytelling, say you write a book, you can now synthesize your audiobook that sounds like it's actually recorded by you in multiple different languages, and you could do this in the matter of just a few seconds. Now, the fact here is that ElevenLabs does have a strong, I want to say, approach to synthesizing this AI language. We will see if different types of software companies will start to utilize this, or if there will be a founder, especially of this multilingual version that they have brought to the table. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something from it, and you can go check it out yourself. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. The whole point of this channel is really just exploring these new types of AI softwares and how they could be possibly utilized in our future. Other than that, subscribe for daily videos. Take care, peace out, and I hope you guys have a great day.